the 21st of May, 2022. Dan Ledford was just resting in his garage, getting ready for some sleep after a glorious Daytona 500. That was until something happened.
What is this place? So you're finally awake. Who are you? Show yourself. As you wish.
He was captured by a Russian racer named Vitaly Petrov. A racer from Russia who I said he was a brother for Matt Schnell. Don't ask that question, to be honest with you, man. Anyways, Vitaly's plan here was to destroy Earth-61, which Shuv miserably failed at. If I'm honest with you, back in the Doug 17, this was his new plan. To destroy Earth-61, and only 61, not the other Earths, just Earth-61. To get revenge on the Piston Cup racers and the NASCAR drivers for what they did to him back in Renegade Springs in 2019. His new plan: destroy any racer he sees, and Dan Ledford was the first victim of his murders.
Why are you looking at me like that? Get away from me! No! No!
What Vitaly didn't know was that a racer was watching him say it. He also had a plan to destroy Earth-61 as well. But not just Earth-61, but the whole multiverse, top to bottom. And this guy's name was none other than the Dark of 88. This was its birth. The next morning, it ordered his henchmen to go to Earth-61, find Vitaly, and join his army. This was also a plan, to go and see what Vitaly is capable of doing. He also sent some of his 88 cars to go to other Earths as well, to spy on the other multiverse YouTubers on what they were doing as well. On the same morning, Conrad Cameron went to find Darren to practice for the Piston Cup. At first, he saw him just lying on the ground, which at first he thought he was just sleeping. But came to the conclusion that Darren was actually murdered and dead. Later on that same day, Earth-13 got renamed to Earth-61. This was renamed because of Cameron's number, which was also 61. Yeah, that kind of rhymes. It doesn't. This was re-interrupted when Conrad Cameron came screaming in, saying that Darren Ledford was dead. Everyone was shocked, but some just didn't believe him. So he, Cameron, Kurt, Denny, Landon, Kyle, Ty, and Tom W., now the Talkamate Next Gen, went to find out what Cameron was talking about. This, however, was not before Vitaly told some of his army members to go in front of his racers and murder them. Due to the shock of Conrad Cameron, Darren's body was gone. Everyone thought this was just made up, saying, "Oh, Conrad just made this up just so he can make a big excuse." Conrad protests this, saying that he did not make it up, he felt Darren was there. He felt his chassis, which was kind of strange to say, but still. Still, no one believed him, except Cameron, who told everyone to look for evidence to see if there's any bloodstains or any murder weapons that could have been found just because of Darren's death. However, Tom was feeling a bit sick, so he decided just to go back, even though he told Kyle that he was capable of looking at murder sites, because his dad, when he was younger, took photos of dead bodies and showed him. Again, kind of strange, but then again, I'm not going to say it, so yeah. Though, this was all a cover-up, because Tom was also working for Vitaly's army. He told the other two to bugger off and take them to Vitaly's base. Meanwhile, back at where the others were, they couldn't find any evidence of if Darren was dead or not. Conrad continued to protest this, but it was just not enough. Cameron had one last opportunity and told the others to look for Darren's body, just in case it was just lying around. Yeah, just in case, everyone, he was there. The only race that knew this was true, though, was Tom W., as Vitaly took him to their old base and where he found Darren and Rouse dead bodies. Very, very cursed. Here, the Dark 88 finally found Vitaly and decides makes a deal with him. He would love to destroy Earth-61 as well, but also would love to destroy Earth's all the rest of the multiverse as well. At first, Vitaly declined this, but accepted the deal. On what condition, though? The Dark 88 wanted to be second in command right behind Vitaly, and kicked Tom back to third in command. Very sad moments there. Though his dad did not dislike this, but he gave him a test though, to find Shu's body. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to find that one, because, you know, if Shu disappeared, as you all know, in Earth, the Dark 17 War. So, at first, it was just a stupid idea that Tally just made up, just to excuse just to get the Dark Vader just to bug off. They thought this was true, and at the evening, they decided they all three of them had a plan. Capturing Solomon, as he was the card who made Shu disappear in the first place. The plan was simple. Have one of their cards pretend to be the real X-1 for Earth 61, get stuck on an edge, make an excuse on why they're in the 88 car, and just let Solomon just get them off. Yeah, that's a great plan. It turned out to be a great plan, as Solomon was easily captured by the Dark 88, and was taken to Earth 24. Everyone was looking good. Like, nothing could stop them at all. That was until 6 racers saw them do it. Denny, Kurt, Landon, Jonas, Aaron, and Tim saw what the Dark Vader was doing, and decided to follow them. Denny, Kurt, and Landon went to Earth 24 to save Solomon, while the other 3 decided to stay behind, just in case Dark Vader came back. This was not before they named themselves, to now famously, the Mischievous Six. They got there real cleanly, no issue at all. I mean, heck, even Landon came, and he was even in the Dark 17 War as well, which was very lucky, if in his opinion, to be honest. Here, they figured out what the Dark Vader was doing. Scan Solomon to get Shu back. I mean, this was a dumb idea. They even said it. I mean, heck, even Solomon said it himself. But they didn't find it all stupid, as they thought about what Boba did as well. Boba disappeared and reappeared in the Dark 17 War. So it could have made a little bit more sense to Shu did the same thing as well, from him being from Earth 24 to Earth 13 at the time. Then it came to them. Shu was still alive on Earth 13. No one reported him, but they knew that he was back on Earth 61. They told Land to race back to Earth 61, one of the next gens, warn all the others there, and tell them, get ready because Shu is there and he's ready to pounce. Then Denny told Kurt to go and find Hendrix 27 to help them out trying to defeat these Dark 88 cars. Yes, that's a good plan.
Dang it, you didn't notice me. Gosh, I hate running out of gas in the middle of the night.
During the same time, Jepto's duck was getting ready to go to sleep when the Dark Vader decided to attack him, saying, where's the contract? Did you write the contract? Very confused, he thought, oh, this was just a little joke. It wasn't. They attacked him. Jack barely escaped. Like, barely. And managed to get to Earth 61 as that was the closest Earth to him. Meanwhile, back on Earth 61, Cameron, Kyle, Matt, and Ty had looked everywhere for Darren's body, but just couldn't find it whatsoever. Sadly, they had to report the news to Conrad, who was very upset, as we all knew before. Everyone got into look on other than that, but it was quickly sorted out. Then, Rowdy Fan 2022 showed up. She was the Multiverse Guardian, and always knew how to take down some of these Dark of 17 and Dark of 88 cars you know before. She came to warn the other racers. She knew about what happened to Darren. She knew that he was murdered by, at that point, a red, blue, and white racer, aka Vitaly Petrov. She also told him about the Dark of 88, a group of 88 cars, which wanted to attack all the other Earths. And she threatened that the dark blue, red, and white car and the Dark of 88 would team up together. No one really thought this was true at the time, not even Cameron. Until Jack Bo's Duction ran up and came shouting up, saying the Dark of 88 chased them off the Earth and landed them back on Earth 61, as this was again the closest Earth to him. That and Bob and AJ saying that Denny Coast landing gone really got everyone else scared, so Cameron had to sort it out. Tell them just to get on their normal lives and forget about the Dark of 88 and let the Warriors sort it out. Everyone left, agreed, except Jack and Cameron, who Cameron told Jack they were going back to Earth 21 to witness about the whole Dark of 88 stuff that Jack said. Cameron again was not 100% true on this, but wanted to see it for itself before making it a lie or something like that, I don't know. Meanwhile, back on Earth 24, Kurt Busch found Earth 24 chased Elliot and told him where Hendrik Van was. Telly told them that Hendrik Van was taking some laps around the track. So with help from him, Hendrik Van and Rowdy Fan, who also started up at the same time, went to go and fight off the Dark Vader to save Solomon.
I'm going to kill you, and then kill you again.
Oh, and apparently Hammond too as well, by the way. They did this very successfully. 3 out of the 4 Dark Vader cars were defeated. Yeah, 3 out of the 4. Sadly, the leader and the main host sadly got away to Earth 61 or Earth 21. Sadly, we do not know which Earth he escaped to. Meanwhile, back on Earth 21, Jack and Cameron had returned back to Earth 21, and everyone else was agreed. Busher, Chastain, McDowell, Truex, they were all there, just having a little jokes, apparently. So, yeah. But Jack asked him a very important question about how it happened. Any strange thing that happened. They told him that Danny, Ty Gibbs, and Daniel Suarez had murdered or gone missing. But they just didn't know who did it. The Dog of 88, nothing. No one knew. Except one. That driver being Austin Dillon. He saw it all happen after he and Ty were having a muffin debate or something like that. I don't know. But he saw him to Denny Hamlin getting murdered. And yeah. Not a great sign to behold. Cameron and Jack got the evidence and went back to Earth 21. Before they could leave though, the Dog of 88 made a grand return, killing Cole Custer right ahead of them and chased them back to the portal. The two ran to the portal with the Dog of 88 right on their tail. They raced and raced and raced and got to the portal. Luckily, they got there just in time and they got out there just in time before the Dog of 88 could catch up to them. Yippee. Meanwhile, on Earth 27, Vank, Alex, and Corey were having a meeting about the Dark of 88 and all the Dark 17 stuff about the witnesses. They knew about this, only them though, no one else. They told about some witnesses on Earth 621, Earth 61, and an Earth they just didn't really know about yet. It was a mysterious Earth. Vank knew about this, and they tried to sort out what was going on in the multiverse. The Dark of 817 was back, apparently. A couple minutes later, Rowdy Fan 22 came up to Earth 27 to warn Ray about the Dark of 88, which he already knew about a couple minutes before. Not before thinking that Alex Bowman was the Dark of 88. Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing right there. Meanwhile, on Earth 29, Landon randomly, for some odd reason, went to Earth 29 and found Harvick and Priest looking for BN29. Landon went there as well to look for BN29 as well, to warn about the Dark of 88. Though, Harvick and Priest did not know where V was. He was missing, apparently. This was later found out as the Dark of 88 captured VN29 and wanted him to join his team, which V admittedly declined. Luckily, with the help of Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, Matt Spadell, and Ryan Priest, they got VN29 out of there and defeated the 88 on Earth 29. Though, once again, the 29 car got through the portal and escaped to another Earth. Earth we do not know about just yet. Back on Earth 61, Denny, Jonas, Tim, Aaron, Landon, and Kurt had another meeting about the Dark of 88. This time what they knew about so far, about Bubba's appearance and reappearance, Shu could be still alive, the kidnapping of Solomon, and Darren missing. But just nothing really added up. Nothing at all. That was, however, until...
Someone say Shu! I think he's in here! Jesus, where's my power?
Ed Trump came in and crashed the party. He heard Shu's name and decided to come on in and see what's going on. He heard about the Dark of 88, and he told them that the news was spreading about the Dark of 88 around the Earth as well, so everyone was just in full attack mode. He told them that the Dark of 88 was going to form up with a car, red, white, and blue racer. Again, that was Vitaly at the time. Also told them also about how Ralph, Darren, sadly was killed by the red, blue, and white car. You know, I'm just going to keep Vitaly now, because that's kind of confusing at this point, so, yeah. So... with Denny's thinking and Poston, it all finally added up. They didn't want all the YouTubers to sign the contract so they could destroy all the Earths. Kurt messages Bowman and LaJoy from Earth 24 to find out where Shu's old base was. It was at a place called April Springs. They decided to go there and investigate, but they didn't know it, so they had to ask Spikey Phillips to go and see if they can find it for them. Well, give them that, to be honest. Meanwhile, the Dog was moaning about his feet on Earth 24, and was having a pretty good temper tantrum about it. This, however, was the final straw on his Dark video about Vitaly. Decided to find and destroy Vitaly just because he gave him a stupid idea, even though it was a stupid idea from the start of it. You know, I don't know what was going to happen, but something was going to happen. Vitaly also had the same idea, to murder the Dark 88, so what a big happy family we got here, everyone. This, however, was shut down by the man himself, Shu Todoroki. He came in and all of a sudden, stopped the fighting, and explained how he was still alive. He went to hell, but he didn't, as he returned back to heaven, well, back to the real world, after getting teleported thanks to the Demon 78 and 13 down in hell. This was his last life though. If he died, he ain't coming back ever again, so you gotta kill him, guys, we gotta kill him. Back on Earth 25, the First War began. 8 warriors went to fight the Dark Video on Earth 25, who had pretty much killed everyone on that Earth, sadly, so that kinda sucks. So, did they win? Of course they did. They did win. The Dog V8 was defeated on Earth 25, for now at least. Just for now. As things were looking good on Earth 25, Earth 21 was a different story. As the racers were looking around, they found the body of Cole Custer. Everyone was in disbelief. Everyone was sad. But no one was sadder than Tony Stewart and Chase Briscoe. To make things even worse though, the Dog V8 made another attack, nearly killing Truex and the other drivers. Sadly though, killing Tony Stewart, who tried to race Briscoe from a hit, getting himself though, and getting killed. In the process, they also kidnapped Austin Dillon as well. Dillon had nothing else to do. He was stuck and kidnapped. Tough break for him. The news got to Earth 25, where Mickey, Hendrick Fan, VN29, and the rest of the other YouTubers went to save Earth 21. Back on Earth 61, the Mischievous Six have found the Dog V8 plans in Shu's old base. They discovered that this thing was undestructible and could not be blown up. This was a good evidence. This is what they needed to finally prove to everyone that Dog V8 was true and was real. They decided to take it along with them, along with Caller Joy's old body, which was Caller Joy's old body. That's really it. Sadly though, they did get caught, but easily defeated Dog V8 in less than 2 minutes. Maybe 3, I don't know. Back on Earth 21, the battle was on. It was the YouTubers and the racers against the Dog V8 for the second time that day. They were exhausted, but gave it their all at. The Dog V8 fighted them off as best they could. They tried, the others tried, but the Dog V8 was just too strong for them. Everyone was looking doom for them as they were surrounded in a wall. Then, a lot more YouTubers came and saved the day. That's what they thought, until Brad Selty told them that Briscoe and the Bandu 88 car were fighting. This was because of Tony Stewart's death that he caused to Briscoe, who was very angry about this. If you don't see, you can't tell, to be honest. Briscoe ever used a teleporter to make the Dog V8 go to a different multiverse. There, he was undestructible, and the Dog V8 on Earth 21 was defeated. For now, again, at least. Little did they know, though, that one escaped. It escaped to Earth 61 to help Vitaly. Now you probably think, oh, that's pretty much it. The Dog V8 is now destroyed. Yeah, think again. A week later, Vank, Corey, and Alex had another meeting about the Dog V8. They were still thinking that the Dog V8 was still alive. Frank, some of them of course just didn't feel it and thought, yeah, the Dog V8's finally been defeated. Then Hendrick Fan, MS-17, and Interbaded Cup Series came. In a state said that he just didn't feel like the Dog V8 was still out there. From his friends, from one of his friends. Then he got a alert on his phone saying that the Dog V8 was on his Earth attacking. Went back and behind the cameras, I think defeated the Dog V8, I must say. So, yeah. The other 2 left, the other 3 are left alone again. That was until...
Hey, you guys hear something? Something, but I don't know what it is. Sounds like some kind of weapon being fired up. Everybody, take cover!
There, they found themselves face to face with the Dog V8. They challenged into a race. 30 laps around the track. 5 drivers, 5 drivers each team. The winner will survive, the other, boom, you go. After seeing that the Dog V8 were failing, Vank did not give up. After harsh words from him for Dale Jr., Vank did not give up. Did not give up until the last lap. And Vank Cullinan would win the race, saving his Earth and the whole multiverse. However, this would only be for his Earth and no one else's, so the rest of the Earth was still in danger. But for now, the Dog V8 was finally defeated. Again, for now at least. After weeks had gone by, everyone decided, yeah, the Dog V8's finally gone. Yeah, sorry, that's all lies. They were just all lies. Weeks later, Shifty Drugs, who came back to Piston Cup, announced their new driver, Christoph W. But what no one didn't know was that Christoph was working for Vitaly as well. Okay, why all new next gen's working for Vitaly now? Like, why? Tom was also in this as well, sadly. So, oh, you knew about Tom. Yeah. Quickly, they had to race back to Vitaly's army as the 8 car was ready for them. The race back, not knowing what their surroundings were. And sadly, Denny Hammond heard them and knew what their plan was then. He told the other 5 this and told them that he had a plan up his sleeve. That Vitaly, he had a plan up his sleeve. He, Landon, and Kurt will go to each Earth, telling the other YouTubers they're going to have a meeting at Danica Pit Stops tomorrow. The three next gens would find the Dark 88 and follow them to Vitaly's base. There they could find more evidence about what this Vitaly stuff's going on about. Yes, they were good at plan, but Kyle Busch heard their conversation and decided to join as well. Along with Ty. Yeah, Ty had to be in here, didn't you? You just knew it. After seeing the Dark 88 kidnap Floyd Motherhill that night, they followed them right to their base. And they found it. And went inside of it. After hearing all about the news and what was going to happen next, everyone was looking good. Until...
Run for your lives, they're coming for us!
Yes, Ty sneezed, got them caught. Though luckily, Ty would get this. He had a plan up his sleeve. By making a wall and right in front of Vitaly's army members, and it worked. Though the Dark 88 and his best bud, Luma 88, found out what was going on. Though they didn't get caught, they raced off. The Dark 88 had a plan up his sleeve. A very devious plan. Next morning, all the YouTubers showed up, including some other YouTubers like Spencer the Kid 18 and Emma 17, who was one in danger but decided to come as well. Other YouTubers came as well, including Max Benedetto, who was an owner of Earth 21 when CST was kind of destroyed. Ed Trung as well also came, along with... Help me! Paul's trying to kidnap me! They discussed their plan and how to defeat the Dark 88 on this Earth once and for all, and Vitaly's army. The plans were set. There was some sacrifices, bombing, walls, but they came up with Ty's plan, which was round up a big army and finally defeat them then. Just like they did on Earth 24 when they divided in the Dark of 17. A very good plan indeed. That wasn't until the Dark 88 found out and kept them in there, in hostage. Their best plan was to ban them off. It worked out fine. Okay, it worked out real terrible, as YouTubers got their, how do I put it, got beaten down, I believe. So, yeah. Only the racers were the only ones to escape. All the YouTubers were captured. Except one. Perkins, who was a YouTuber, got caught up in some car traffic, but Quo and Ed saved the day, got him off a car length, and got the heck out of there. Moments later, Floyd came racing up to Denny, and he was unleashed. No one knew how he was unleashed. No one at all. Until Floyd introduced who got him out.
We can explain everything.
Meanwhile, back on Earth 29, Kevin and Johnson were just having a little stroll till Harvey got a message on his phone saying that VN29 was captured on Earth 61. He went to Earth 61 to say, trying to go into the wall, where he said to Jimmy Johnson to get an army ready, just in case the others, well, you know, got defeated, if half of them did. Which they didn't. Back on Earth 61, Tom and Christoph explained their backstory on how they became into Vitaly's army, and why they were doing this. They reformed. They weren't a part of Vitaly's army anymore. They were part of the good team. The real team. The good team. I don't know what else to say now. As everyone else routed up and got ready to get to the Danica pit stop, yeah, the Vitaly army was ready. They got rounded everyone up, and everyone was heading to the Danica pit stop, getting ready for the big war. What happens next? Nobody knows.
Perfect. We'll be ready for them.
However, back at the Danica pit stop, Solomon Hendrick-Fan managed to escape, thanks to Solomon Masholi. He was given a note saying that the Dark 88 wanted to meet him on Earth 24. What happens there, though, again, is still unknown. So, it all comes down to this. Who will win, and who will fall? Only time will tell.